Let me help you to know the subtleties of the Force.
How do you know the ways of the Force?
My mentor taught me everything about the Force, even the nature of the dark side.
Hey, what's happening? One Sir James coming at you guys with another Star Wars Galaxy's Edge product unboxing and review. And today I have these two statues. Go ahead and share with you guys. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the names because I'm terrible when it comes to pronouncing words. But to go some basic information here is that this item can be found over in Dok-Ondar's. There's a lot of high-end collectibles there. And this is actually going for the price of $80, though with my annual pass holder membership discount, this came out to be like 60 something with tax, so definitely not too bad in pricing. Now in total, there are 4 statues. However, in each package, they come with a set of 2. So there's this one here, and there's technically one more, but I didn't buy the other one because for me personally, I wasn't sure if I'm going to like the item, and I still don't know yet until I actually get a closer look at it myself. But the reason why I picked up this one over the other one is because I thought these two statues looked the coolest. I just went based on appearance. And the other neat thing too is that apparently the base lights up. So I don't know how good the light up feature for the base is. Like if this lights up bright enough to where these are going to appear nice in the dark. But I figure that's going to be worth checking out nonetheless. Now, if you want to recall, we've actually seen these exact statues over in Emperor Palpatine's office. It was during the scene in Revenge of the Sith where Anakin learned that Palpatine is, well, basically the Sith Lord that they've been searching for. However, the statues that he has in his office are like the basic life-size versions. These are just miniaturized versions. I mean, I don't know if there's an option to buy life-size ones. But to go ahead and kind of read off the back before we get into it, is that these ancient controversial philosophers and lawmakers influenced the earliest laws of the Galactic Republic. Chancellor Palpatine, later known as the Emperor, was known to have large statues, as I just said, of, again, the 2 characters in question, I have no idea how to pronounce them, in his office at some point when the galaxy was dominated by the Sith. A number of statues of the 4 sages were created. So some pretty cool information about them. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, just like before, I did pre-cut tape so we can get into this a lot quicker. And just like with a lot of their statues and collectibles, they do come with the big, thick styrofoam. I don't know if there's a front or a back. This looks like this top piece has a little bit of a thinner one, so this must be at the top. Huh, I guess I was right. So let's go ahead and just kind of remove these out of here first. So that way, hopefully, the brightness of the camera will come back into play. So, which one do I want to look at? I guess we'll look at this guy first because he was the coolest one. Okay. There's a little thing on the bottom, so batteries are included, which is great. Just want to kind of observe the piece really cool. So, there is a little bit of weight to it. It's not like super heavy or anything like that, but I guess you could kind of compare the weight in terms of, I don't know, maybe like a medium paperweight, I guess. I mean, actually, this might be a good paperweight. Just have this on your desk for all your paperwork. I mean, why not? So, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what this is made out of. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what it's made out of, but it feels like some type of metal material, which is great. Same thing for the base here. So that seems pretty good. Okay, sleeve. And the same thing for this one. So let me give you guys a closer look here. I mean, the pieces in general, they look really good. And the base does light up. I have yet to turn on the base. So that's the first statue. And then here is the second statue. I guess what these would be cool with, if they ever make a, let's see, Lord Sidious lightsaber, legacy saber, I think this would be cool to maybe have next to that. But as you can see, the pieces in general do have a lot of detail and they look really good. The only thing I don't like is with this one, you got like the seam line with the arm. I feel like that should be cleaned up a little bit better, but that's probably my only nitpick so far. So let's go ahead and turn these on. Okay, really? That's it for the light up feature? I mean, you can barely see that. Let's see, let me look. That's, yeah, let me turn off this light. So let's go ahead and see how the light up feature looks. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I mean, I just have my standard lights on and you can barely see the light up feature. So I guess the only thing to do now is, I guess let's go ahead and turn off my main light to see how much detail can we get from this. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so now that my overhead light and my main light is turned off, let's go ahead and now see the light up feature. So there's that one. Let's go ahead and turn on the other one here. I mean, for some reason on my camera, they look like they're somewhat bright with the lights turned off, but in person, this is really, really dim. Like if you were in a pitch black room, you would not be able to see the extra detail. So let me go ahead and turn the lights back on. All right, so now that the lights are now turned back on, I have to say my two nitpicks when it comes to this particular product is, again, that seam line on this arm here. That's probably the only thing I noticed about this guy. I feel like that could have been patched up a little bit better or blended in. Other than that, the only thing that was a bit disappointing is the actual light up feature. I was hoping that the light will be nice and bright, so that way if you had this displayed in a nice dark area, you know, the light will be able to kind of shine through a good portion of this, that way you could see it at night. But it's so dim that you're barely going to notice anything on it. However, in a situation where if you have these displayed in a display case with a little bit of lighting kind of in the forefront or background, then it'll probably look good, which I'll probably do that and probably throw an image in here somewhere. But yeah, like I said, by default, just the lighting isn't that crazy, to be quite honest, and it's barely noticeable at all. But I guess let's go ahead and kind of do a size comparison. So here we have the San Diego Comic-Con Hot Toys Sith Trooper, and then of course we have the statues right here. So as you can see, these are relatively small statues. I think it would have been cool if the statues were as big as this. But as far as initial height goes, it's almost 9.5 inches, at least for the one character. And it's just like a centimeter or so away from being 9.5 inches for the other one because of the big hood. So yeah, that's kind of the little statues here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I mean, for me personally, do I see myself potentially buying the other one? Not so much. Like I said, they're okay. For me personally, it's probably not going to be something that I would get. Like if I kind of would go back in the past, I'll probably stop myself from getting, but I only got it just so we could check it out together to see whether or not this is going to be worth it for you. Like I said, it's probably going to cater to the interests of some people, but for others like myself, not so much. But you guys can be the judge in the comment section down below. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.